Hey y'all, welcome back to Let's Yap, my semi-weekly yap sesh where I talk about pretty much any topic I'm feeling like talking about that week. This week, I want to talk about something really frustrating. Why is college so expensive? I swear to God, it gets more and more expensive every single day. Like, okay, so, last week I made my finals week video. Immediately after that video, I was like, all right, so I need to schedule out my finals, make sure I've got my ducks in a row. Full week in advance trying to schedule out my finals. Schedule out for 2 of my classes, the other 3 trying to email the professor because they're all online trying to see when's a good time to actually go in. And lo and behold, nope, it's too late to schedule them for any decent times. The only times I could take them was like 10 p.m. or like 7 a.m., which I'm not taking an exam at 7 in the morning. Are you kidding me? So I don't know what I'm going to do. Email my professors and I'm like, well, you can just pay for the proctoring service. Yeah. The proctoring service is $30 per exam. Not only that, they charge you a take it soon fee. What does that mean? It's a week in advance. What's soon? At what point could I have scheduled an exam that I didn't know the date was going to be on and not have to pay a take it soon fee? Why? Yeah. Anyway, so pay for the stupid exams. But even then, like, have y'all ever used the proctoring services? They are terrible. Not only is it just a huge invasion of privacy because they're taking over your actual computer, but also, like, the proctors don't know what they're doing. I don't know how to describe it. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. I can't tell you how many hours I've wasted sitting there while a proctor tries to type in the chat how to, like, correctly put the code in. Just tell me the code. Tell me the code. I promise I won't end the session. I promise. I'll just keep doing it. Like, it's so frustrating. And then you go to actually, like, to do the homework in these classes. You have to pay for access to the textbook, which I get. You're going to buy a textbook, whatever. So you pay like $150 for access to this textbook. But then you don't actually have to read the textbook. That's just your homework. And so if you want to, not only are you paying the tuition for the class, all of the fees, buying the textbook, but then you have to pay for access to your homework? What? And so, like, I've spent literally at this point thousands of dollars just so I can access my homework. Do you want me to take your class? Do you, like, $150 so that I can do the homework? It's devastating. The whole system genuinely drives me up a wall. And then, like, you charge it to your Bursar account, but oh, and this is the racket part of it. At my university, what they'll do, they will wait. Like, okay, so there's days you have to start making payments on your Bursar account so you can enroll in the next semester. And if you don't make the payments on those days, they're going to charge you interest, right? Now, for my school, they'll just charge you a flat fee of $100 for every, like, period that you're late, which for them is like every 2 weeks, right? So raking up the money, but they start charging you before the financial aid kicks in. So no matter what, they're getting $100 extra out of you. And I get, like, it's loans, so it doesn't hit right away. But that, like, genuinely, are they trying to, I know the answer is yes, but they're just trying to screw us. At every chance and opportunity they get, all they're doing is trying to screw us over, which I don't understand. Do you want me to, like, finish college? Because sometimes it genuinely doesn't feel like it. It feels like they're just trying to make it as hard as possible to finish these classes so that you just have to keep taking them, and when you fail them, literally, if I'm going to fail a class because I'm not spending $150 access to homework fee, I feel like that has to be coercion. Like, that has to be illegal. And I know it's not because the system's screwed and we're all sitting in a screwed up system, but at the same time, there's no reason for that. There's no reason at all. And you know that those professors aren't making good money, and so they have to be getting kickbacks from these online, like, textbook and access stuff. Cynegage is the one that we have to use. Oh my god, they have to be getting kickbacks from them, because if not, then why else would they do this? Because I've had professors where they don't do that. They just have the homework on our site, so we can just access it. And so, like, they clearly don't have to do this. They're just choosing to. Secondly, I think they may just be lazy. Like, I've known so many professors where I can't even get a hold of them. I've emailed, which maybe they just don't care anymore, but I have emailed basically all of my professors this week. Not a single one has gotten back to me. What the hell? I just want to finish this class. I don't know what to do. Okay. I'm an adult. It's frustrating. The fees are frustrating. I don't understand why it has to cost this much money. The stupid parking passes for being a commuter. Are you saying if I don't spend $250 on a year-round parking class when I only have to drive up there like 6 times in total because I'm going up there to take the exams? It doesn't cost that much, I can promise you. And if it really does, just lump it in the tuition. Like, I know how much the tuition is. Can you not afford parking spots? Is it that hard? Is it that expensive? Am I miscalculating the total expenditure for parking spots? Because I feel like I'm not. I feel like I'm literally going crazy. It makes no sense to me for this to be the way the system is, except it maximizes profit. That's it. Maximizes profit. I don't... I've just been kind of stewing in this for a few days because all of my exams, and it's just, I have 6 classes left and I'm done with this stupid degree, which sucks for me because I'm going to a cheap college right now. Once I'm done with this degree, I'm going to move on to a higher institute of education so that I can get, you know, a little bit of a different degree entirely that's completely unrelated to the degree I got right now. I'm going to be in debt for the rest of my life, but I feel like I don't have to be if we could just do things a little bit smarter. Yeah, whatever. This is more of a rant than a yap, if I'm being honest with you, because oh my god. Has anyone else... Oh, my axe is about to break. I'm so glad I looked because this is a good axe. Has anyone else dealt with this? Where, like, you try... Like, it just... Everything in college seems to nickel and dime you. I don't understand. And, like, they're handing out, like, free Chick-fil-A sandwiches and, like, free meals, and that's great. How much do those meals cost? And can I trade free homework for those meals? Because I'm not on the campus. I'm not getting those meals. But whatever. I know this is a losing battle, but man, I wish it wasn't. I wish I could do something about it because I can't afford this. Not even a little bit. Has anyone else dealt with this? Just overpricing on campus, especially the parking. That stuff annoys me. There's no way parking is that expensive. I have parked downtown for less per day than it is to park at this university. And that's, I've been to a few different colleges. So I've been to a community college where, because of the town I live in, they actually, a really oddly progressive thing for a southern conservative town to do, but they pay for 2 years of free college for everybody who graduates from a certain high school. Which it's a public high school. Like I said, it's a really oddly progressive policy for a really conservative town, but they this community college, I understood their pricing completely. The parking passes per year were $100. Okay, well, the tuition is basically nothing. I think the cost per semester was like $1,500. So like, I'm fine with paying that. I get it. You know, it was like $90 for that. And then, like, the prices at the community college made a lot more sense. And here, this is a hack. If you are in college or thinking about going to college, just get your basics done at, like, the local community college. The credits are worth the exact same. No actual job is going to look at where you went to college for the first few years. all they're going to do is look at where you graduated from. And so get your basics done at a community college, make sure the credits can transfer, save literally tens of thousands of dollars, and then go from there to the higher education institution you want to. I don't know how it'll affect scholarships or anything, but usually there's transfer scholarships. So I don't think it's, I know for me personally, I've saved, I think like $20,000 doing that. So, you know, if you can, and there is a community college in your area that offers, you know, has the ability to transfer those credits to a higher institution, I'd just take that, because at the end of the day, as long as you get the degree, that's really all that matters, right? Like, I think unless you're going to, you know, an Ivy League school or something, it's not going to make much of a difference where you went to school, just so long as you did go to school. And I've mentioned this in a previous episode, but I do think education is really important. Like, perhaps the most important aspect of human life. It's just the fact that it costs so much money in this country to get educated, when it doesn't, at least from what I've seen, cost nearly as much to get, you know, the level of education that we were expecting in other countries. I don't understand why we settled on this system, and why it seems that the costs are just continuously rising. Obviously it's greed, and, you know, greed and rising costs, and maybe the tariffs, I don't know. The last time I talked about tariffs on this channel, I got a few comments that weren't too happy with me, but yeah. Did y'all see that we got a new pope? Crazy. The first American pope. Wild. And they are not big fans of the Donnie Club. Crazy. It is going to be a wild couple of years. Seems like a nice guy. From what I've seen, he seems to have, you know, still progressive policies as compared to like some of the previous popes. Maybe not quite as progressive as our you know, most recent one, but still decent. I think maintaining the status quo is kind of the idea for him. So yeah, no, I saw that headline right before I started recording. Okay, I'm really wrapping it up on this one. Thank you guys for all the support I've been getting on the most recent videos. It's really been kind of overwhelming. I've wanted to do YouTube for a really long time. The idea that, you know, my last video, 600 people sat down and watched it. That is shocking and wonderful, and all of the emotions that you'd expect to come along with it, but just genuinely, like, it makes me really happy, and I wasn't expecting this level of growth this early on. So I just want to say thank you. If you're a returning viewer, which there's not too many of you, but if you're here, thanks for watching. I do really appreciate it. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out. I plan on doing this for a minute because I really enjoy it. So yeah, thanks for watching. You guys have a great rest of your week, and if you have any finals this week, let me know. Let's see how they go. All right, see ya.